You know, the most important piece of this is the fact that I did play professional sports. Played basketball for 11 years professionally. After that, I spent the time in management, coaching, general manager, part owner, so I ran the gamut. And there are 4 things going on in professional sports with these young men. First of all, they're young, they're famous, they got a lot of time on their hand, and there's an enormous amount of wealth. That's a recipe for disaster, if you think about it. The reality of it is, everyone's got a deal for you. Everyone's trying to make you rich. They're trying to give you this get-rich scheme. They're trying to sell you something. They want you to get involved in these deals. And a lot of times, because you have so much money coming in, you feel like I can get involved in all these different deals. Sometimes there are their lifestyles, all the fancy cars and all the homes and giving away money for this and doing that. So when you couple that with all of the family members, the friends, the churches, and everyone's coming at you for money, and you want to help because all of a sudden you come into this enormous amount of wealth. And when you put all that together, that big pile of money that you thought you had, all of a sudden it's dissipated. And when you retire, you're usually in your 30s. Your pension don't even start until you're 50. So there's 15, 16, 17 years, but you got to wait. You've got to take this money and make sure that you look at it as if you're going to live until you're 85, 90 years old and spread it out over a period of time. So what we're trying to do with my company is protect these guys, the baseline for them. What we want to do is not try to figure out how to make you more money or try to figure out how to put you in all these investment opportunities that may or may not work. What we want to do is to say at the end of the day, every one of these professional athletes are protected for life. And it only takes a small piece of their salaries to do that. So that no matter what, lawsuits, divorce, all these things, creditors can't come after that. That's protected. So the best way to do it is what we're talking about with the Pro Risk Oversight, is to set up a program where I don't have to worry about my financial future or my family's financial future. When you're amassing in a short period of time, 25, 50, 100, $150 million, there's no reason for generations you should be taken care of. And if guys don't think it can happen to you, go get on Google and look at some of the horror stories. Not many years ago, when guys were making a few $100,000, which was a lot of money. I'm talking about now when they're making tens of millions of dollars and still going broke. What is that? It's only because of no plan. You can never go into a game without a game plan. And that's what the Professional Risk Oversight Program is doing. It's giving a game plan for life. A great example of this, here is player 1 and player 2. And what we did, we put together a scenario here when both of these players are in the middle of excellent careers. They got great careers going on. The first contract was 4 years average of $2 million a year for a total of $8 million. The second contract was for 5 years and an average of $5 million per year, total $25 million. Their career earnings to date is $33 million over 9 years. So when you take that $33 million and you tax that at, say, 50%, so you got $16.5 million for player 1. His housing costs spent $2 million. His parents' housing cost is $1 million. Vehicles, almost $1 million, $900,000 on that. Got married, went through a divorce. Divorce cost him $2 million. Child support, $210,000. Average spending of that lifestyle, $50,000 a month times 9 years, which was accumulated, is $5.4 million. Second divorce came along and cost him $5 million. This is later on. What does he have remaining after all of that? Minus $10,000, totally broke. Now look at player 2, great example. $33 million, just like player 1, 50% tax bracket, $16.5 million. With the Pro Income Protection Plan that we're providing, costs you $1,250,000. Your housing costs, again, just like the first player, $2 million. Parent housing, $1 million, just like the first. Vehicle, $900,000 on that. First divorce, $1.5 million. Child support, just like the other, $210,000. So the average spending is just like player 1, 9 years, $50,000 a month for a total of $5.4 million, just like the other player. Second divorce, $3 million, $740,000. The remainder, zero. Both have nothing. Except player 2 set up $1,250,000. That player will be guaranteed $150,000 per year through age 85. And this is not being guaranteed by the Dream Company or some bank. This is being guaranteed by one of the largest, most highly rated financial institutions in the world. Big difference. Well, what we're doing here at the Dream Company through our professional risk oversight program, the only thing we want to do is make sure that the player and their families are financially secure for a lifetime.